I didn't know places like this still existed. A place where the main streets in town remain unpaved. A place where the nearby wilderness steals the spotlight, and why shouldn't it? This is one of the most beautiful areas I've ever been to in my life. Welcome to Stanley, Idaho. With evidence of human inhabitation for thousands of years, the people of this area have always had a close relationship with nature here. From the prehistoric dwellers in the Redfish Rock Shelter to the western Shoshone Sheepeater tribe who dined on the region's mountain sheep, to modern-day millionaires living and vacationing in the area. It's impossible not to have a relationship with nature here, as wild as it is. Frequently named one of the coldest places in the contiguous United States, with an average of 293 days per year below freezing, Stanley isn't the most weather-friendly place to call home. In the 1860s, white men finally made it to the Stanley area, brought to the region first for the beaver pelt fur trade, but more so later with the mining boom in surrounding areas, even though this was never a serious mining town of its own. At odds with the Sheepeater tribe, there are conflicting stories about accusations made between the whites and the Sheepeaters, and who was at fault for the whole ordeal, including murders and thefts, but in the end, the Sheepeater tribe would surrender, ending the very last Pacific Northwest Native War to take place, the Sheepeater Indian War of 1879, resulting in the tribe's relocation to the Fort Hall Reservation. Since then, Stanley has grown into a small town that has somehow maintained its extremely rural character until very recent years. Up until 1968, there was no fire department here. The only school in town, an elementary school, used to meet in a Quonset hut. There is no high school here, no police station here, and the only medical facility in town has a doctor that visits from out of town once a month. It's a rural lifestyle that is rugged, hard, and something that feels like it's from over 100 years ago. Yet for its residents, I'm sure they wouldn't have it any other way. I noticed that there were two groups of people in town. The true locals in camo and ATVs, and then there were upper-class fine society people of wealth. With the beautiful Salmon River running through town, the Sawtooth Mountains, and the fantastic hunting and fishing that come with the territory, as the rich seem to be taking over this area, a shift in the vibe of the Stanley area seems to be happening. What was once a rugged hunting and fishing outpost for mountain men is now slowly becoming a vacation town for the wealthy. Efforts are being made to ensure that this area maintains its unique personality, and I believe that in the end, the locals will find a way to make it work for everyone. Stanley is known for its hot springs, such as the Sunbeam Hot Springs and the Boat Box Hot Springs, for its lodges and day use facilities at Redfish Lake, and other resorts and vacation properties around town. If you are looking for a great summer getaway that truly feels rural, this is your place. Today, the area located just outside of the Sawtooth National Recreation Area, with over 750,000 acres of wilderness to explore, hosts mountain bikers, trail hikers, whitewater rafters, and outdoor adventurers of all kinds. Stanley is not very big, with a permanent population that fluctuates just barely over 100 people. However, it does have some essentials here, including a grocery store, the Mountain Village Mercantile, that also has some household goods and camping supplies, as well as a gas station. Stanley has multiple restaurants, including a pizza place, some sit-down restaurants, and a really good bakery, the Stanley Baking Company, which is where I had lunch. I didn't take a picture of my sandwich, but here is the cinnamon roll that I got there. I highly recommend the place. Please note, though, that many businesses in the area operate only seasonally, so during the colder months there are fewer businesses open to the public. Stanley also has a few churches in town, an airport, and some parks, including a disc golf course. North of town, there is a lone museum simply named the Stanley Museum. The lady that was there was very pleasant and let me look around the former ranger station building that now has displays on everything from the rangers that used to live and work there, to what life in the mountains is like, to all sorts of local stories that you can read about. There is also an ice house and tool shed out back that you can go through in addition to the main building. It doesn't take very long to see everything that's there, but for a very small town, I thought that it was a well-operated museum worth stopping into. I quickly fell in love with this part of Idaho during the trip, and to reiterate, this is one of the most beautiful areas I have ever been to. I'm not kidding about that. The videos and pictures that I took here do not do this place justice. There aren't many places like this left where stepping back in time just feels normal. To be here is to be reminded of how things used to be, and in rare places like this, the way things that still are. Go and see Stanley for yourself and let me know what you think. We'll see you next time somewhere else down the road.